What do you think Mom should draw on these pumpkins?
A bat.
A bat? That's such a good Halloween suggestion. What do you think?
I want the little one to be a ghost.
A ghost. And this one to be a bat?
Yeah.
Deal. Let's see how my artistic skills go. Ooh, he's spooky. All right, who's ready to do some costumes? Okay, what are we having for dinner? Are you guys ready to trick or treat?
Yeah.
Kylie Kelce is getting prepared for Halloween with the help of her 4 little ones and accidentally made fans burst into tears when she showed off the Halloween costumes that Aunt Taylor Swift gave her daughters. The podcaster 33 shared several videos on Instagram showcasing her and her family getting into the spirit of the spookiest season of the year. In one clip, Kylie, who shares her 4 daughters with retired NFL star Jason Kelce, 37, asked her girls how she should decorate 2 of the pumpkins around the house. After getting a suggestion for a bat and a ghost, the mom of 4 took a Sharpie and drew them to the best of her ability. In another clip, Kylie took out the girls' Halloween costumes and asked, "All right, who's ready to do some costumes?" Her daughters can be heard in the background excitedly saying, "Me," as Kylie held onto an Elsa wig from Frozen and a fairy dress. During an episode of the Not Gonna Lie podcast released on Thursday, October 16th, Kylie shared her list of rules for getting Halloween costumes for her 4 daughters: Finley, 6 months, Bennett, 2, Elliot, 4, and Wyatt, 6. Kylie began her list detailing her typical 3-week rule when it comes to getting costumes for her daughters. If anyone has young kids, you know that the premise of picking a costume can get a little dicey. We are currently in the situation of buzzer beater, the podcaster said. Typically, I like to have a 3-week rule for the girls giving me their costume that they would like. In other words, I want a 3-week buffer for me to be able to order the costume and for it to come in the mail. But you know what 3 weeks is in terms of a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old? It's forever, she continued. It's 3 weeks worth of I have ordered the costume, and then it's forever of trying to figure out how many other costumes I can name that I would like to be for Halloween before my costume arrives. The doting mom shared that she typically buys her daughter's costumes while admitting she did make them one year. They were a corn on the cob and a pea pod. It was Ellie and Y, and that was a nod to my sister and I wore that exact costume when we were little, and it was adorable, Kylie said. It was made of felt, and it was a one and done. Because I'm pretty sure I had to stitch it onto Wyatt. Maybe I'll do it next year. No, I shouldn't. I didn't enjoy myself, but they looked so cute. I do think a homemade costume, it builds character, she added, because there's always going to be this moment of like, what is it? Oh, it's a corn on the cob. Kylie went on to talk about family costumes, pointing her question directly at people who get their entire family to dress up in the same theme. She asked how they managed to accomplish that, especially with young children. She recalled 2 years ago her family was supposed to collectively dress up as characters from The Little Mermaid, before sharing that it quickly fell apart. I had an Ursula costume that I never put on, but it's in a bin in the basement. Jason was King Triton, Wyatt was supposed to be Ariel. Ellie was Flounder, which was one of the cutest costumes I've ever seen, accompanied with one of the other cutest costumes I've ever seen, which was Sebastian, and that was Benny, she began. I'm talking the very last minute before we leave the house, Wyatt decides she doesn't want to be Ariel. When it came, she put on the wig, put on the whole costume, was flipping her hair around. She was so into it. I'm not joking, she explained. 5 minutes before we left the house, she goes, I don't want to be Ariel. I want to be a witch. And the messed up part is that we had a witch costume that was a hand-me-down costume from someone in her closet. So, we then had Mom dressed as nothing, Dad on the other podcast as King Triton, Wyatt dressed as a witch, and Flounder and Sebastian, she said. It was in that moment that I decided, F family costumes, F them. This year, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have 2 Elsas, maybe 3. Who knows? I don't care. I don't care because the only thing that a family costume would do is make a really cute social media post.